Observed annually on May 9th, World Chameleon Day shines a light on the often overlooked plight of these remarkable creatures. There are over 200 chameleon species worldwide, with nearly 19 found in Kenya alone. The International Union for Conservation of Nature warns that more than half of all chameleon species could face extinction by 2025 if urgent action is not taken to address the habitat loss and illegal trade. To gain deeper insight, we spoke with Patrick Malonza, a taxonomist at the National Museums of Kenya, who has spent years studying these reclusive reptiles.
One of the major threats is the loss of the habitat. As you know, most of the people, they're mainly in the islands, areas which are forests, and those are the same areas where people want to cultivate for agriculture and also do some other developments. So chameleons, one of the major threats is the destruction of the habitat. There is also some species which are also threatened mainly by trade, but the good thing, most of the chameleons which are threatened by trade, they are also farmed.
Chameleons thrive in warm, humid environments such as tropical forests and savannas. Africa boasts the highest diversity, and Madagascar alone is home to over 90 species, representing nearly 40% of all chameleon species. In Kenya, iconic species like the Taita blade-horned chameleon and others found in the Mount Kenya region are increasingly threatened by the habitat loss driven by agricultural expansion and deforestation. Malonza highlights the uniqueness of these species and the subtle traits that make each one of them special.
And we have got two groups of chameleons. The ordinary chameleons, the ones which can change color to maybe different colors, different kind of, some can change from blue, others a mix of blue and green. And then we have those others which have got less ability to change color. That they are just like, we call them leaf chameleons because they look like dead leaves. Most of the unique chameleons, they are associated with the forest. And one of the popular chameleons we have in Kenya is the Jackson's three-horned chameleon, which you find it in the Central Islands of Kenya, in which case the male has got 3 horns and the female has got either 1 horn or it may have no horn at all.
On this day of recognition, environmentalists are urging governments to strengthen enforcement against the illegal trade of chameleons and commit more resources towards research and conservation initiatives.
Conserving these animals and protecting them and their habitat is a collective responsibility. And most of the wildlife in Kenya occurs like chameleons. Most of them will find them in outside protected areas. So it's only to protect their habitat. And also in case you find people who are trying to say we are collecting chameleons, you report them to the authorities which deal with wildlife conservation, either the National Police Service Security or the nearest office of the KWS.
Because saving chameleons isn't just about a single species, it's about preserving fragile ecosystems, many of which support other rare plants and animals.
Initially, all animals were in indigenous forests. So basically, it's indigenous forest which is more important for conservation of chameleons than exotic. And that is why in many cases, even if you are doing some research on distribution and abundance of chameleons, you'll find that they will prefer more of indigenous than exotic. Where they're exotic is just because they have no option, because the indigenous has been cleared. And in such places, you'll find that the diversity and abundance will be very low as compared to the indigenous habitats. Globally, first, before I go to Kenya, is the whole world. We have got about 234 species of chameleons. And the highest diversity of chameleons in the world is in Madagascar. And that is where the International Chameleon Day was started, celebrated last year. In Madagascar, we have got about 80 species of chameleons, because as you know, one of the largest chameleon, it also occurs in Madagascar, the giant chameleon. Then in Kenya, we have got about 22 species of chameleons.
With the day's message echoing across the globe, conservationists are hopeful that increased awareness will spark concrete action and the fragile habitats they call home for generations to come. Gertrude Burgei, K24 TV.